Hey kids, welcome to Mr. Patrick's Laboratory. In the last episode, we were talking about air-powered cars, air-powered vehicles, air-powered toys that you were making. In the last one, we made this cardboard car, and I told you in the video that you were going to be able to make another kind of car to race against it. We're going to do that today. All of it's going to be air-powered, and then at the end, I have a surprise for you, a game that you and your parents can play. It's all going to be air-powered. Now, we're talking about forces, and we said that with a force, it's a push on something. Physics deals with forces. When I go to throw a ball, I'm actually pushing on it to make it do what I want it to do. There's lots of things. When I do push-ups, there's lots of things that use forces. Okay? If I want to jump, I'm using a force to push off the ground. In this case, we're using air as a force to make it do something. And so in both of these, we're going to be using a balloon. Now, here's what you're going to need today. Just an ordinary water bottle. Now, parents, you're going to need wheels again like we did last time. And in the last video, we used wheels like this off of like soda bottles. It's okay if you use caps off water bottles like this. They'll work the same way. But I need a water bottle, and I need 4 wheels, okay? Those 4 wheels are going to need to have holes in them. And so, just like in the last video, kids, you need to have your parents help you with this. Don't be using sharp objects to put a hole in something and you hurt yourself, okay? Get an adult to help you, but you need a hole in all 4 wheels that we're going to be using. You're going to need straws, you're going to need skewers again, okay? And then you're going to need a balloon. Now, the added thing we need this time is hot glue. So I've had it plugged in. I'm going to go ahead and move it over here. But you're going to need hot glue. Now, there's a couple of type of cars that I've seen made. And some of them you cut into the bottle, but I really like this one because you don't have to cut the bottle. You can use the bottle exactly the way it is and make your air-powered vehicle. Now, what you're going to want to do, take your bottle, find where it rolls and it's steady, perfect, and then you're going to make your axles. Now, again, in some videos that I've seen, they puncture holes in the side and you make your axle that goes all the way through that. We're not going to do that. We're going to hot glue it to the outside. It works just as good and you keep the integrity of the bottle. Now, for my older kids, you want to make sure that you have your lid on it so it holds its integrity. This one's not all the way down, okay? Because as you go to heat it, you don't want it to collapse, okay? And so I've got my bottle the way I want it, and so what I need to have is my axle. Now, I'm going to take my pair of scissors, I moved over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut an axle, and I want it to stick out both sides of this bottle, about like that, okay? And so I want it to match, so I take that same straw, and I'm going to make the axle the same distance again. So I have 2 of them that are the same length, okay? So what they're going to do is they're going to sit here like this. To get them to the same place, I'm going to hot glue them. All right, so here we go. We're going to take the hot glue and we're going to put hot glue right here, okay? And as you go along now, you should know from the name hot glue, it's hot, so you got to be careful. Don't get it all over you. We'll set it like that. Oh, that looks good. And then I'm going to have the other one match it. That's why I have my bottle setting where it's steady, so I know I'm about the same place, okay? About the same length. Now, I like to put a little bit of extra on the sides of it or over the top just to hold it. Don't worry, the wheels will keep that from rubbing. Okay, so I'm going to make sure. Okay, get off there. Perfect. Now I'm going to come back to that hot glue gun here in a minute. Now, what I need is my axle. Now, if you remember from the last video, what we made for our axle is a wooden skewer. Now, I'm going to do the same thing again because that skewer goes all the way through. And so I'm going to have to put my goggles on again because I have to be safe. And I'm going to cut it. Now, you can use scissors, okay? But I'm going to use needle nose pliers to do that. And so what I want to do is I'm going to sort of measure. Oops, I put that in the hot glue. Get off there. And so I'm going to measure. I need to be a little longer than that. Okay, so I want to cut it right there. And so I'm going to be careful away from Miss Christie. There it is. I cut it. Okay. Check my length real quick. Okay, and I bump that. Yep, gotta let that hot glue dry. Stay, perfect. Sticking out both sides, perfect. So I need 2 of those. And my skewer's long enough that I can actually get both of them out of it. And again, I'm gonna cut it where it's not gonna get us, so I'm gonna turn real quick. There it is on the floor. Pick it up so that nobody steps on it and it's not unsafe, okay? And so now what's gonna happen is, I'm trying to get my hot glue to dry, okay? Those are going to go right through the middle of that straw. I got a little bitty sliver that doesn't like me right now. Get in there. Perfect. It's going to go all the way through like that so it turns. Okay? And I'm going to do the same thing with this other one. Okay? We'll put it through here, and my hot glue's not all the way done yet, and that's okay. And so now I have I'm ready to put my wheels on, right? And so what I want to do is I want to take that skewer and I want to push it into the wheels. Now I'm using the same wheels that I did from last time. You may want to have other wheels for yourself, okay? But basically I'm going to push them on there, and so I'm going to have all 4 wheels. Now my hot glue is not cooling off quick enough, so I'm going to show you the one that I built before so that it's steady and sturdy. So I'm going to leave that one right there. I'm going to pull this other one in here like this, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those same axles, I'm going to push them through. And so this just the only difference between these two is the hot glue is steady here. It's not going to move. This one is still hot, okay? Now, before I get too far, notice what I have on the back of this. This is going to be my power. I have a balloon with a straw on it. That looks very similar to what we did last time. That's why I said you're going to be able to compete your cardboard car against your bottle car, okay? So what I did was I cut a piece of straw, okay? You don't really, on this one, I have part of the flexible part. You can have that or not, okay? And all I'm going to do is wrap it in that balloon. We did it in the last video. I don't want it pushed all the way in there, okay? I want to take that, okay? And then I'm going to tape it really good. Okay, and so what's going to happen is I'm going to hot glue it. So we'll pretend on my one I'm making today, I'm going to hot glue that whole thing on the back of my bottle just like that. Okay, so now that I have this bottle, again, my hot glue is just still real soft right now. I'm going to go ahead and put my wheels on it. Okay, I'll go ahead and push a wheel on there. Okay, I need one on the other side. Push the wheel on, that's what it should look like, something like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take, and I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Okay. And again, you'll probably be better at this because I was sort of hurrying when I made the wheels. I didn't exactly put the hole in the middle, but it's okay. It still works. Okay. And that's the competition part. Okay. Got to be steady-handed to do it. So look what I have so far. A car that rolls. Okay. A car that rolls. Now remember the cardboard card last time? I still have it. My cardboard card looked the same way. Except my cardboard car had the wheels on the side, and then I had the balloon taped to the middle, and I used what power? I used air power. So I blew it up, and it would take off across the floor, and you saw me do that, okay? So this one is going to be slightly different, except for my bottle car, I'm really going to see if it will go faster than this. Why? Because I'm doing an experiment. And when I do my experiment, I don't know what the results are going to be. So when I try it out, I want to see which one goes further. And so I can take them side by side. What are some things I got to be careful of? I need to make sure the balloons are the same size, right? Okay, and then I can measure. This is a great one for my older kids. If you're 5th, 6th, 7th graders and you're making your own toys and you're having fun, maybe your younger brother and sister, measure. Get them a measuring tape. Measure how far it goes. And then how can you get it to go further? Can you do some things to the wheels to make it go further? Is it slipping a lot? Okay, here's a hint. If you get a lot of slippage, put a rubber band around here, around the wheels. And if you put that on there, it really holds to the ground. Then will it go further or will it not go as far? I don't know. It's an experiment. It's trial and error because we love science. And you try and you see what you get. All right, so let's see how this one works. Miss Christie's going to get into position on the end of the table, and I'm going to show you how this bottle works, this bottle car. And so I'm going to take it. Put my finger over the end of it, and look at there it goes, right off the table again. I don't know what it is about my cars. I keep wrecking them. I keep running them off the table. So I'm going to try that again one more time. Now my wheels are not perfect. You can tell by the way they roll. That's okay. They're actually funny. Why? Because it's my car. It's not your car. It's my car. Okay, so I'm going to blow that thing up again. Now I'm going to give you a hint real quick. When I hot glued this to the back, you want to make sure that you hot glue it good, but as I'm blowing it up, and I've used it multiple times, there's a little hole in the straw. And I can hear it leaking out. And so I've got to really blow it up quickly so I don't lose too much air. So here we go. On your mark, Get set, go! There it goes, there it goes. Oh, and it can't drive very good either. Man, did you see that? What happened? My wheels all went to the side. What did that do? It made it turn. Did I mean for that to happen? No, that was cool. Okay, it did something different. So then you can race your bottle car against your cardboard car and see which one goes further. Okay, and so again, you can make your wheels out of these bottle caps if you would like. They work also. I just happen to have ones that were from like soda bottles. Okay, they work the same way. Now, in this last one, I'm going to make something really cool. We're going to make a hovercraft. Okay, a hovercraft. Now, I'm wearing my rocket shirt from NASA because for those that are a little bit older, maybe your mom, your dad, your grandma, I was born when they blasted off for the moon in 1969, so I like NASA, I like rockets and stuff like that, and this hovercraft is really awesome. Uses the principles of physics. Here's what you're going to need for this one. You need an old CD, one that you don't listen to anymore because you're going to ruin it. Okay? One that maybe it's really scratched bad and you really can't listen to it. You got to have something else. Throw it away. No, we're going to put it to use. We're going to make something. And then what you're going to need is a bottle cap. Okay? Now I'm going to use the one off of my car, but I'm going to show you what I make. So I need to have a hole in it. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to end up hot gluing this to the CD. Okay? I'm going to hot glue that to the CD. So look, if you look right there, can you see that, Miss Christie? You can see the hole, and so what's going to happen is air's going to come through the cap and it's going to come out the bottom of the CD. Okay? And so here's what we're going to do. So we're going to use the power of air. Now, remember we said we're dealing with forces, pushing. Okay? So this one's different. Let me explain. When I blew up this this balloon, the bottle went that way. Why? Because the force was going that way, so it pushed it this way. You ever been on roller skates? You ever been on rollerblades? You ever been on ice skates or anything like that? If you were to push something, you go the other way, right? So when the force was going that way, but you went this way. So with my car, as the force is coming out the straw, it's pushing the car. The hovercraft is very, very different. Here's how it works. You want to take your hot glue. Kids, you got to be careful here. Woo! I burned myself last night making the one I was practicing with. And here's what I want to do. As Miss Christie gets close, you can watch. You can take this bottle cap, and I'm going to glue it. I'm going to put hot glue on it. Okay, I'm going to put it right on the edge of it as best as I can. Come on, hot glue. There it goes. Put that hot glue right on the edge of that cap. Okay? And you got to use a steady hand to do it. And mine's starting to cool off a little bit. Come on, hot glue gun. There you go. And I want to put it right all over the edge of it. I'm not doing very good this time on live video, but that's okay. It's trial and error. Okay, and I want to make sure I get it all the way around it, and here's why. I want to make a seal with it. I want it to seal to the CD, okay? And so what's going to happen is I'm going to put it right over the hole, just like that, and then I'm going to hold it there for a minute, okay? I want it to seal right there. Now, I have another example of it right there, okay? And so what we're going to make is hovercraft hockey. Okay, we're going to make a game out of it. Okay, and here's how it's going to work. While this is drying off for a minute, I'm going to show you what's going to happen. We're going to take a balloon, and we're going to air it up, and then we're going to take it, and we're going to put it over the top of that bottle cap. Okay, we're going to stretch it over that bottle cap. Now what's going to happen is when I let go of the balloon, if I have the balloon like this, where does air come out? It comes out the bottom. And so the force is right there. I can feel it. Oh, that sounded gross. And so, or funny. And so, now what we said a while ago is as force goes one way, the object goes the other way. And so what's going to happen is as we use a force on this hovercraft, it's going to lift the hovercraft just barely. Okay? To do this, I got to get this out of the way real quick. Get that hot glue gun out of the way. And I actually need to also pull back the tablecloth so Miss Christie can see everything that's happening here. Get my other hovercraft ready. Okay? And here's what's going to happen. Okay? I'm going to air this up. That one's still a little hot, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to use my first one I made. Now, kids, you might have to have a little help with this. I'm going to twist the balloon just a little bit so no air comes out. Miss Christie's going to use her finger to hold the CD down for me. Yeah. Okay. Now see what's happened? I've got my balloon attached. Okay. Now she's going to step back real quick. I'm going to untwist my balloon and see if I can get that thing to do what I want to do. Ready? Here we go. And look at it. It hovers. And I can push it around and she can push it back at me. And so you can play like air hockey. Back and forth with one another. Now what's really cool is if you had two of them, your brother or your sister, your mom, you can play and you can have a target and try to make it land on the target. Look how long that lasts. Whoa! It almost went off the table. And so you can hear it. You hear it? It's just barely above the table. There's enough force. Oops, it stopped. It's ruined. I can never play again. That's not true. Here's what you do. You take your balloon, peel it off. By the way, this is why I use a big balloon. So what you can do is maybe you put a square on the table. And so what you do is you hit it and you try to put it in the square. If it doesn't get in the square, it's your mom's turn to try to make it in the square. And you keep points. Whoops, came out. So it's like air hockey. Hovercraft air hockey. Miss Christy's going to help me one more time. Okay? As I put that thing on there, takes a little practice getting on there. I needed 3 hands, and I didn't have 3 hands. Okay, here we go. We're going to do it one more time, Miss Christy, if you'll back up. Here we go. Ready? And there it goes. And so I have my hovercraft. It's using air. Now watch what happens if I just leave it alone. See how it moves itself? Okay? It's pushing air down, so it's holding it off the table. And so I'm using it as a game, but my little hovercraft is doing that. Okay? And so I can make a game out of it. So it stopped. Okay? So what can happen is this. What happens if I had 2 of them? Maybe you and your brother, maybe you and your sister can have a battle between your hovercrafts. Okay? And maybe you're pushing them at each other, and if it knocks the other one's balloon off, you win. There's lots of things you can do with it. You're making games. We're making air-powered toys. Okay? You make it, and you have a great time using physics and using air pressure. Now, again, here's what we learned today. We learned how to make a bottle car. It only has 3 wheels right now because I had to steal one of the wheels. But I'm going to use the power of air coming out that makes it go forward. Okay? The forces, for every force, there's an equal and opposite force. For my older kids, the physics, those principles, okay? For every force, there's an equal and opposite force. So like you were on skates with someone else, when you push, the amount of force is how fast you go back. Okay? The amount of force that comes out of that balloon is the force that pushes it forward. That's how it works. And I bet some of you already knew that. The force that's pushing down on the table is enough to hold that hovercraft up. Let me give you a hint. My first CD I used had the words on the bottom. Okay? Watch what happens this time. When it's slick on the bottom, it works better. Last time, Miss Christy. Last time. So I want this, if I put the smooth part down, I wasn't paying attention the first time. If I put the smooth part down, get it on there good. Did I get it? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right, as she backs up, here we go. It's going to work a little bit better this time. Untwist the balloon. Here we go. And it slides better. Why does it slide better? There's another physics principle we're not really dealing with today, but we see it all the time. It's called friction. If it's slick on the bottom, or if you did it on a slick surface better than this, it would go even better. Now listen to it. Yeah, and so this one was a little bit rough on the bottom. It worked okay. But when it's on the slick side that doesn't have as much, if you put, and I got a little bit of water on it, so it didn't work very good. And so you just trial and error. And so it's a balloon and a CD and a cap. That's all there is to it. And you made your own hovercraft for your own hovercraft game. Wasn't that fun? Come up with your own rules. Come up with your own points. Having fun at home. This is a great game to play when it's raining outside and you're stuck at home. Make a bottle car. Make a cardboard car. Race them against each other. Have a great time. Physics is fun. Chemistry is fun. Science is so much fun. Hope you're having a great time with us on Mr. Patrick's Laboratory. Man, I had a great time. It's time for me to play with some of these toys.